39. Yahawashi answered him and said, the first of all commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Shema Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Allah, Yahweh, Achad, Aman.
Amen.
We're just gonna get right into it. All right. Let's get the book of Hosea, chapter 12 and verse 10. And somebody else get Job 11 and 6. Read with your outside voice, Baba Kusha.
This is Hosea chapter 12 and verse 10. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions, and used similitudes.
And use what?
And used similitudes.
So the way the Bible is extremely poetic and allegorical. The Lord uses similitudes. There are certain scriptures that have a context and a historical atmosphere about it. But then there are things that are also prophetic. There are things that are telling you what's to come in the future. And you see this all throughout the Bible. You see similitudes. You see manifold wisdoms, as it says in the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 22. So there's going to be a lot of things in today's lesson that is going to have similitudes and manifold wisdoms and things that are actually showing you what is known as the mystery of iniquity. Paul in the book of Thessalonians, we're gonna touch that. He said that. He said the mystery of iniquity, which is the mystery of sin, which is that son of perdition, that person that is bringing hell upon the earth, that person that is reigning with death. And what is the wages of sin? It's death. You understand? Let's go to Job 11 and 6.
It's the book of Job, chapter 11, verse 6. And that he would shew thee the secrets of wisdom.
The secrets of what?
The secrets of wisdom.
Go ahead.
That they are double to that which is.
That they are double to that which is. So this is another precept that shows you there can be scriptures that have multiple meanings. Something that can deal with context according to the history, something that can also be dealing poetically, and something that can be dealing prophetically. Y'all walking with me? All right, let's go to Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 6. And somebody else get Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Look at with the sword.
This is Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 6. For lo, I raised up the Chaldeans.
He raised up the what?
The Chaldeans.
What were the Chaldeans known for? Sorcery, astrology. Shalom, Yahawashi. Ahmadu. Barak. Yahawashi, Yawasap. Salakia. Captain walked in the building. All right, read that again. Look at Habakkuk.
Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
For lo, I raised up the Chaldeans.
He raised up the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans were known for sorcery. They were known for astrology. They were known for witchcraft. Okay? So the Lord is right here. What he's saying poetically is he's raising up the sorcerers. He's raising up men that are going to be able to tap into things, these heathens that are going to be able to tap into things that should not be tapped into. These people that are creating robots, these people that are trying to put your conscience inside of a computer system so they can live forever. These people that want to travel the stars, that want to travel these so-called planets. These people that are going in the bottom of the ocean and discovering things that nobody ever seen before. That is these people that the Bible is talking about. You understand? Read it again.
For lo, I raised up the Chaldeans.
Go ahead.
That bitter and hasty nation.
That bitter and hasty nation. That bitter nation, because what did they do? They broke off the yoke that was on their necks. That yoke that their brother had on their necks. He broke it off, and now he's ruling the world with a sword. Keep reading.
That bitter and hasty nation,
Uh-huh.
which shall march through the breadth of the land.
Which shall march through the breadth of the land. They comprise their armies and set up all of these bases all over the earth. You understand? Keep reading.
To possess the dwelling places.
To possess the dwelling places, go ahead.
That are not theirs.
That are not theirs. Everywhere they go to conquer and destroy, rape, rob, and murder. You understand? We're gonna stay with Habakkuk, who has Isaiah chapter 47.
Verse 1.
Yeah, verse 1. Read.
Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Come down and sit in the dust.
Sit in the dust. Go ahead.
O virgin daughter of Babylon.
O virgin daughter of Babylon. Right? That mystery Babylon known as America. Let's prove that real quick. Get Zechariah chapter 2. It's Zechariah chapter 2. You got a precept? I hold it up. Chapter 2, I believe it starts at verse 6. Let me see. Yeah, the land of the north.
Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 6.
Yeah.
Ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north.
Come flee from the land of the north. That's not saying, because you got this flee doctrine going around, right? That's not literally saying, run away, go to Africa. Because you're still going to be a nigger in Africa. You're still going to be a spick in Australia. You're still going to be a byword and a proverb and an Israelite lost in the earth. You understand? It's talking about flee from their ideologies. Flee from this illusion, this matrix that these Chaldeans have bewitched you with. They have cast a spell on your mind that have you dumb, deaf, and blind, man. That's why everybody thinks now it's okay to be a homosexual. They think it's all right. You understand? This is what's going on the earth, man. Keep reading.
And flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith the Lord.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. Deliver thyself.
No. Go back, Salakia. Go back to, I wasn't done with Isaiah.
Oh, I was reading Zechariah.
Oh, Zechariah? Nah, drop that. Just go back to Isaiah. My bad, Salakia.
Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Go ahead.
Sit on the ground.
Go ahead.
There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
There is no throne or daughter of the Chaldeans. So once again, we're going back into the Chaldeans, these wicked sorcerers that rule this place known as Babylon, the land of the north, the virgin daughter, the mystery Babylon spoken about in Revelation chapter 17. That is what is being talked about here. You understand? That is that place that when we are redeemed there in Jeremiah chapter 14, Salakia chapter 16 from 14 on down, we're no longer going to say that we were saved out of Egypt. We're going to say the Lord redeemed us out of the land of the north. The Lord redeemed us out of the United Snakes of America. Khan? Yeah, read that.
O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
You're no longer going to be called that great and pristine country, America. You're going to be destroyed by nucleothermal destruction. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. Whether you like it, believe it, understand it or not. Lawyer, you had that precept? Read it. Nice and loud.
Micah chapter 2 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Woe to them that devise iniquity.
Woe to what?
Woe to them that devise iniquity.
Woe to them that devise iniquity. Go ahead.
And work evil upon their beds.
And work evil upon their beds. Go ahead.
When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands.
It's in the power of their hands. And who gave him that power? Who? Yahweh. He gave them the power. Why? Because who fell? We fell. Precept. Get that on Ezekiel. You know what I want?
I was thinking Lamentations too.
Nah, get in Ezekiel. 20 and 26, 21 and 26. Matter of fact, start at 25. Go ahead, Nathan. You got it? Yeah.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 21, verse 25.
Go ahead.
And thou, profane wicked prince of Israel,
Go ahead.
whose day is come when iniquity shall have an end.
Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, remove the diadem.
Remove the diadem. You good? Go ahead.
And take off the crown. This shall not be the same.
Make sure y'all mute y'all phones. Go ahead. Read it again.
Remove the diadem.
Go ahead.
And take off the crown.
The Lord is saying, remove those precious things, man. What did it also say in the book of Lamentations? What did it say in chapter 4? He said, listen, you were clothed in scarlet, man. Now you embrace dung hills. You embrace shit. You embrace that you're a gangbanger. You embrace that you're selling drugs, man. Like Nathan just said, man, the gold has become dim, man. And who's the gold? Comparable to fine gold. The sons of Zion, man. The Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of Negro and Indian descent. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. Go ahead, keep reading that.
This shall not be the same. Exalt him that is low.
So he said, this shall not be the same. The Lord is going to exalt him that is low. He's going to exalt those people that were dwelling in caves. Exalt those people that weren't even taking showers, that were eating juniper roots for meat. That's who he's going to exalt. You understand? Read.
And abase him that is high.
And he's going to abase him that is high. Who was high? The children of Israel, the top people on the earth. Read.
I will overturn it. And it shall be no more.
It shall be no more. We were not going to rule on this earth no more. We were going to be cut off from being a nation, man. Go ahead.
Until he come whose right it is.
Go ahead.
And I will give it to him.
And then he's going to come whose right it is. Yahawashi. And he was going to give it to him. The dominion. You understand? And the only way we are able to do what we do today is because his sacrifice. Without him, we wouldn't be worthy. Your fringes ain't shit. Your beard ain't nothing, man. That meat tree and all that nice frankincense oil that you have is nothing to the Most High. You understand? It's nothing to him. Let's go back to Habakkuk. Back to Habakkuk. Read 6 again to 7.
Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 6.
Yeah.
For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places.
So the Lord rose up these sorcerers, these men of witchcraft that were going to go through the earth and possess dwelling places that was not theirs. Go ahead.
To possess the dwelling places that are not theirs.
Go ahead.
They are terrible and dreadful.
They are terrible and dreadful, man. Go ahead.
Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves.
Go ahead.
Their horses also are swifter than the leopards.
Go ahead.
And are more fierce than the evening wolves.
Mm-hmm.
And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle.
They shall fly as what?
They shall fly as the eagle.
And they're also compared to the eagle, these Chaldeans. They're compared to the mark that Esau has, because that's what's being talked about here. Esau, the white man, the man that rules this earth and drops bombs wherever he pleases, the man that puts homosexuality within your kids' cartoons, the man that puts drugs in the ghettos of America and calls you nothing but a nigga and a spick. The man that wherever he goes, he's exalted. The man that everybody follows after him now, right? Everybody follows after these damn Edomites. You got these damn chinks, these damn Moabites in China. What are they wearing? They're not wearing their garments anymore. They're wearing suits and ties because the hand is betwixt both sons. You understand? The entire earth is between Jacob and Esau. Everybody else is just an actor, a background actor in this beautiful movie that the Lord put into play. You understand? Now let's jump to Habakkuk 2 and verse 3.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3.
Yeah.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
The vision is yet for an appointed time. So what Habakkuk is seeing is for something that is to come. Go ahead.
But at the end, it shall speak and not lie.
But at the end, all of these prophecies, these precepts upon precepts, these line upon line, here a little and there a little, these manifold wisdoms and all of these camps being sprung up across America and being scattered across the earth, they're going to realize that we're not lying. You understand? They're going to realize that, oh my God, those crazy looking dudes on the corners, they were actually telling the truth. Keep reading.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
But though it's going to take a while for this prophecy to come, wait for it, because it's not going to be long for it to happen. That's what Habakkuk is saying. He said, wait for it, because it's going to come to pass. Read the next verse.
Verse 4, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him.
You see, it has nothing to do with skin color. You see, a lot of these Christians come in these damn rooms, man, and see us in the streets. And what do they say? You guys are just filled with hate. You just hate white people. No, his soul is not uplifted in him, man. He has an evil soul. The Lord created the wicked for the day of evil. The wicked are the Lord's sword. You understand? That's thus saith the Lord. He created them for his purpose. You even read that in the book of Romans chapter 9. The vessels of honor and the vessels of dishonor. But these are the people that they say can get engrafted. These are the people that they say they have a chance in salvation. The people that the Most High God created to be evil. That the Most High God created to put us in captivity and for them to get destroyed so we can rule upon the earth. Keep reading.
But the just shall live by his faith.
But the just is going to live by faith, man. And we don't live by sight. We live by faith. You understand? We look crazy to the world. Crazy. Our family members look at us like we're nuts. What do you mean you're not coming to Christmas? Well, I haven't been in Christmas in over 10 years. What are you talking about? You know what I do. You still Muslim? Why? Because I don't eat pork? This is what we deal with. You have something to say, Cass?
Perfect scripture, what you're saying is
Hosea
Hosea 9:7.
9:7. Let's bring that out. You had a precept too? Yeah, Maya.
This is the goal on what Yawasap was just bringing out concerning the vision and how you have people in the streets thinking that we're crazy, you know, prophecies are never going to come to pass, etc., etc. So this is Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 22. Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision failing? Verse 23. Tell them therefore, thus said the Lord God, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. I'm gonna jump down to verse 25. Verse 27. Verse 27. Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesied of times that are far off. So you can see that the old prophets of old men prophesied as well. You know, the other one Yawasap is bringing out the destruction of Israel being used by our own evil brother. And you know, Israelites back then did not believe the visions that were going to come to pass.
Yeah, sound Shema? Yeah, just make sure you say it loud. Yeah, we got brothers on Zoom and we got brothers on Clubhouse. Listen. Well, matter of fact, call it. He can read it.
Zephaniah 3 and 8.
Yeah,
Concerning the vision on Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3.
Zephaniah 3 and 8.
Yeah, that's what he said. Zephaniah 3 and 8. Yeah.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 8.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
But then they sit. These are the people they want to engraft, Shemai.
Right.
They want to save all these people, man. When the Lord ain't saying none of that. Read that in Hosea real quick. What? Let's see what Cat brought out. Yeah.
This hasn't happened yet. So you can just tell, like, this is the vision that's gonna come.
Right.
You're gonna see this.
Bring it out.
The Lord will gather all the nations and destroy them. Destroy them. Smoke.
I will come, huh? Yeah, let's get Cash precept. What was that, Hosea? Yeah, let's get that real quick.
Hosea chapter 9 and verse 7.
Yeah.
The days of visitation are come, the days of recompense are come. Israel shall know it. The prophet is a fool. The spiritual man is mad for the multitude of thine iniquity and the great hatred.
You see that? Because what about most of our people doing? We in Christian churches.
Right.
We're in the mosque. We underneath Farrakhan. We 5%ers. We all of these things. You understand? Let's get the oldie but goodie. All right, hold that. Let's get the oldie but goodie, right? Real quick. Let's get Job 9 and 24. Because these things have to be understood. You have to understand what the Lord is saying, man. What the Lord is trying to get you to realize.
Right.
But these damn pastors, they want to keep you, these damn Christians want to keep you in the matrix. They just want to have you holding everybody's hand when all they're going to do, as soon as you turn around, they're going to stab you in the back. When the Native Americans signed treaties, when they turned their back, they got a blanket filled with smallpox. You understand? When they turned their back, they had their heads cut off. They were lynched, burnt alive. Babies cut out of a woman's womb, and then they sewed the woman's womb with a cat. This is what happened. Alligator bait. The soles of feet burned because you couldn't bring enough gold from the mountains of Puerto Rico. This is what happened to our people. But they want you to love the people that did this to you. Yeah, they're supposed to get engrafted. I'm gonna keep saying that. They're supposed to. It's spiritual Israel. Spiritual my ass. Pause. You understand? Read that.
Job chapter 9.
Go ahead.
Job chapter 9 and verse 24.
Yeah.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is who?
Given into the hand of the wicked.
You see, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, man. Didn't we read that in Ezekiel 21? He abased him that was high and brought up high him that was low.
Right.
These people that were in caves, man. You understand? These men that were eating lice, bro. They were walking on fours. You think that's not real? That's in the book of Job, chapter 30. These are the people that rose up above us. You understand? These are the people, man. Let's get Malachi. Let's get Malachi 1. So you can understand contextually who the wicked is.
Right.
Malachi 1 and 1.
Malachi chapter 1 and verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel.
The what?
The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
Don't we say that? We said that before we was in this walk, right? How does the Lord love us? We're in the ghettos. We're in the slums. We're mass incarcerated. We're gunned down in the streets. How can God love us? How can we be God's chosen people? But then we come into this understanding and it all begins to make sense. We failed. And since we failed, now we have to run this race. Now we have to begin to repent and come back to what was once ours. You understand? Keep reading.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord?
Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Go ahead.
Yet I love Jacob,
But yet the Lord loved Jacob. Go ahead.
and I hated Esau,
And hated Esau. Go ahead.
and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
For the dragons of the wilderness. Go ahead. Keep reading.
Verse 4, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of
Didn't
hosts.
they do that during the Renaissance era? They returned and built the desolate places. That's what Renaissance means, the rebirth, the Enlightenment age, the Illuminati. These people that begin to spring up all across the earth, the Rosicrucians and the Jesuits, and them reconquering the Vatican Church. This is what began to happen upon the earth when they began to rise up again. And they began to kick out the black Jews, by the way, in the Spanish Inquisition. And kicking them out. And then the black Jews, where did they go? They went into the interiors of Africa, primarily West Africa. And then the slave trade happened. Do you understand that? This is what happened. But these are, I'm gonna keep saying this entire lesson, but these are the people that they want to engraft. The people that hate you, the people that despise you. That woman, Margaret Sanger, you heard of Margaret Sanger, right? That woman that created abortion clinics, man. That woman that was part of the eugenics tree. You understand that? You heard of eugenics, right? Look up eugenics, man. And all the things they did to destroy us. And guess who was behind eugenics? The people that created atheism. The people that created evolution. The people that created the Big Bang Theory. The Catholic fucking church. Salakia for the language. You understand? They're the ones that created this shit. And what else did they create? Paleography, the study of ancient manuscripts. Do you see what they're doing? Do you understand what they're behind? The Albert Pikes and the Aleister Crowleys of the world? The Helena Blavatskys of the world? The people that are related to the goddamn Bush family? Like Mayaka Allah just said, crafty fucking council, man. Crafty council. And they continue to conspire against you. But I'm going to keep saying this. These are the people that they want to engraft. These are the people that they're arguing for and fighting for, man. When they don't give a damn about you. Keep reading that in Malachi.
Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4.
Yeah.
Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw them down.
You see, the Lord said, they're going to build, man. They're going to conquer the world, just like they said, in Habakkuk, right? They're going to go to and fro conquering. But the Lord's going to throw them down. Yeah.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
The what?
The border of
You
wickedness.
see, this man is the border of wickedness. Who else has done what the white man has done? Who? Nobody. You understand? Nobody. Hold on. Hold your points, man. Hold your points. Everybody just hold their points. Finish up the scripture.
And the people whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
For what?
The people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
For what?
The people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Forever, ever. The Lord has indignation with these people forever. Do you understand? But these are the people. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm going to get on y'all nerves. I'm going to keep saying that. These are the people that they want to engraft. Because I'm going to keep saying that, Shemai. You want, listen. These damn Christians, Shemai. These damn people that want everybody hold hands. You know? This is what they do. But that's not the Bible. You understand? Let's go to let's get a little bit of history. Let's get Maccabees 1:1. Let's get a little bit of understanding real fast. Everybody good? All right. I know everybody had a long day at work. It's cold outside. You know what I'm saying? Except the people on the Zoom, you know what I'm saying? That's in the warm, you know what I'm saying? MBI. Anyway, go ahead, read that.
Maccabees 1:1.
Nice and loud.
And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip.
That who?
Son of Philip.
Go ahead.
Alexander, son of Philip.
Go ahead.
The Macedonian.
The what?
The Macedonian.
The Macedonian. Let's hold that. Let's get Esther 3:1. To give y'all a little bit of history. Quicker with the sword. Yeah.
Esther chapter 3 and verse 1. After these things, did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha the Agagite.
The what?
Haman, the son of Hammedatha the Agagite.
Quan, what's an Agagite? You don't know? It's all right not to know. Put your hand down, Shemai. Shaquat. What's an Agagite? You never heard of an Agagite? Shemai, now you can go. What's an Agagite? A what? An Edomite. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 8.
Not the Russian. That's not the Russian.
That's Mega.
1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 8.
Well, the Russians are not Magog. The Russians are Edomites. But Russia was the land of Magog. When you go into a lot of those Eskimos that are up there in Russia now, those are Magog. You understand? But the people that are dwelling and ruling in Russia now are Edomites. You understand? All right, go ahead.
1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword.
With the what?
With the edge of the sword.
So you see, Agag, the king of the Amalekites. These are Amalek, the top duke of Esau, the fake Jews today. You understand? And they would, and now let's go back to Esther 3:1. Read that through.
Esther chapter 3 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
After these things, King Ahasuerus promoted Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
Now let's go to the editions of Esther, chapter 16 and verse 10, in the Apocrypha. Page 57 in the Apocrypha. Go ahead.
Additions to Esther chapter 16 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
For Haman, a Macedonian.
A what?
A Macedonian.
Ah, so who was in Macedon? Esau. You understand? They were in Macedon. You see it in the Bible. Finish it up.
For Haman, a Macedonian,
Go ahead.
the son of Amalekites, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood.
Being a stranger from the Persian blood. Go ahead.
And far distant from our goodness, and as a stranger received of us.
Now, this is the so-called white man that began to conquer in Greece. What's good out?
Yeah, quick question.
What up?
Would the Agagites be also known as the Agarenes?
The Agarenes, where in Psalms? And Baruch, nah, that's the Hagarenes. That's that's the Hagarenes. That's a Greek transliteration and Latin transliteration. That's who they will be. Those are the Hagarenes. So those are Ishmaelites. Yeah, now these are the people that began to conquer Greece through Macedon. You understand? These are the what is known as the Macedonians, which was, if you look up history, right? Now, Alexander the Great's lineage were known as the Timidians, right? Because they were from Timon, which is also an Edomite. You understand? Now let's go real quick. Let's jump to Genesis 36. Huh? Timidians. No, verse 1.
Genesis 36 and 1.
Genesis chapter 36 and verse 1.
Yeah.
Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. And Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan.
Of the daughters of what?
Of the daughters of Canaan.
Why is this important?
Because didn't Canaan became cursed? Is that going into the leprosy?
A little bit. There you go. That's exactly what it is. Canaan was cursed with leprosy. You understand that? Now, what is leprosy? Pale skin. That's what leprosy is. Let's get Exodus 4 and 6. Let's prove it.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 6.
Yeah.
And the Lord said furthermore unto him, put now thine hand into thy bosom.
So Moses put his hand in his bosom. Go ahead.
And he put his hand into his bosom.
And
when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow.
His hand was white as snow, leprous as snow. You understand? Let's go back to Genesis 36.
Genesis chapter 36 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan.
Go ahead.
Adah, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Aholibamah, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Simeon the Hivite.
Okay. So you see that he took Canaanites. You understand? Now Mount Seir was inhabited first by who? Let's see who knows the answer. The what?
The Horites.
The Horites, which were Canaanites, which were cursed with leprosy. Let's prove that again. Let's get Leviticus chapter 14 and verse 32. I'm showing you how to prove to somebody that Esau is the white man without history. We don't even got to go to prophecy. I'm just doing common sense. Because prophecy is going to bash them in the head, and history is going to be the final jab in the chest. Go ahead, read that.
Leviticus chapter 14 and verse 32.
Go ahead.
This is the law of him, in whom is the plague of leprosy.
And who was the plague of what?
Plague of leprosy.
Go ahead.
Whose hand is not able to get that which pertaineth to his cleansing. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, when ye become into the land of Canaan,
when you go into the land of Canaan, go ahead,
which I give to you for a possession, and I put the plague of leprosy in the house of the land of your possession.
You see that? He put the plague of leprosy in the house of your possession. Go ahead.
He that owneth the house shall come and tell the priest, saying, it seemeth to me there is, as it were, a plague in the house. Then the priest shall command that they empty the house before the priest go into it to see the plague, that all that is in the house be not made unclean, and afterward the priest shall go in to see the house.
So here's another reason to give an understanding. Esau ain't even supposed to be amongst us, because them niggas is unclean. Because they're marked with leprosy. You understand? But I'm gonna say it. What am I gonna say again? But these are the people that they want to engraft. Not that they want to graft themselves in. I'm talking about Jake want these people to be a part of us and hold hands with these people. You understand? Now, let's go back to Maccabees. 1 and 1.
Maccabees 1 verse 1.
Yeah, nice and loud.
And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of Persia and Medes. He had reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
He had reigned in his stead, the what?
The first over Greece.
Why was he the first over Greece?
Because he was the first white man ruling.
There you go. He was the first Edomite to rule in Greece. You understand? Keep reading.
And made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew kings of the earth.
Go ahead.
And went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many
He
nations.
took spoils of what?
Of many nations.
Go ahead.
And so much that the earth was quiet before him. Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up.
So this man was so exalted and filled with pride because everywhere he went, he conquered. This is Alexander the Homo. I'm not calling him the great. Salakia. Alexander the Homo. Pause. Anytime you say Alexander, you got to say pause. Everywhere this man, you know, we just let him in Jerusalem too, right? We ain't fighting. We said, come on in. Look, right here in the book of Daniel. Yeah, right here. It prophesied about you. We told him that. We said, yo, look, right here in Daniel. It's talking about you, bro. Yeah, you know what they do, how they do in school. They exalt these men because that's their ancestors. Why not? Don't we exalt King David? That's their King David, Ak. Alexander the Homo is their King David, man. You understand? Shabak in the back, imagining King David fighting. Glory to Christ. All right, let's keep reading. Matter of fact, let's jump to verse 9.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
Yeah. Now, who can tell me what this is talking about? Read it again.
And after his death.
And after whose death? Alexander the Homo. Go ahead. Who died from syphilis, by the way. Go ahead.
They all put crowns upon themselves.
They all put crowns upon themselves. Go ahead.
So did their sons after them. Many years. And evil were multiplied in the earth.
And evils were multiplied in the earth, man. Because he's the border of wickedness. So everywhere the white man rules, death begins to reign upon the earth. You understand that? What's good?
Precept, I can't think of the top of my head.
If you can't think of it on the top of your head, you better Google it. Better Google it.
Right, they named their city that South Carolina. There we go.
Quicker with the Google fingers.
Yeah.
Psalms 49:11.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody read it. Nice and loud. Say it with your chest.
This is Psalms chapter 49, verse 11.
Yeah.
The inward thoughts is.
This is the white man's inward thought, man. Matter of fact, let's prove that. Go to the beginning of this Psalms real quick.
This is Psalms chapter 49, verse 1. To the chief musician a psalm for the sons of Korah.
Who's the sons of Korah? Those are Edomites. So this is showing you right here. This is talking about Edomites. Jump down to verse 11 now.
Verse 11. Their inward thought is.
You see their inward thought. The white man's inward thought. Go ahead.
Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Their houses are going to continue forever, man. Nobody's America. Come on, who's fucking with us?
Greatest army.
You know, greatest army full of homosexuals. This is literally what's going on, man. You don't think Russia says the same thing? They Esau too. Mother Russia. I wish Manashah was here. He could have said a couple Russian words real quick. He knows how to speak Russian. I'm dead serious. He took Russian, yeah. Y'all going off, man. Read it again. Y'all going off. Read it again. I'm switching my tribe, man. I'm tired of Ephraim, man. Read it again, man.
This is Psalm chapter 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever,
That their houses are going to continue forever. Go ahead.
and their dwelling places to all generations.
And their dwelling places to all generations. Go ahead.
They call their lands after their own
And
names.
they call their lands after their own names. Your Washington, D.C.'s, your New York's. Go ahead, finish it up. All right, let's go. Let's see where I want to go next. Let's go to Daniel 9 and 26. I'll show you something. Yeah, man. Listen, man. And over 35 states, last time I checked, Esau is dying more than he's being born. You understand that?
Right.
Dying more than he's being born. Because the curses are starting.
Right.
But when Christ comes back, it's over with. You understand? I don't know, cuz I'm moving like that because I'm passionate about this. You understand? These are the people. These people have to go in chains. America, 50 years from now, what can you imagine?
Oh my gosh.
Bro, 80% of the animal population on Earth has depleted since 1978.
I know what's the craziest thing?
You know, scientifically it's proven that Esau's sperm destroys women.
Yeah, Esau's sperm. I forgot what it's called, the RNA gene or something like that. Esau's sperm, bro. This is how you know this nigga's the devil. His sperm destroys the womb of a woman, bro.
Right.
Ooh wee.
Remember we talked about this 5 years ago, right? We wondered what would the world be like in 5 years. 5 years later, everything is gay.
Everything is gay, bro. I remember that.
Gay. Imagine another 5 years. Hopefully the Lord comes back. But just imagine another 5 years. There's an article that I brought up that 40% of Americans don't even believe in God and they're into homosexuality. So just imagine another 5 years.
This shit finished, man. America is finished, man. Finito. It's done, man. Yeah, read that.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 26.
Yeah.
And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off,
Uh-huh.
but not for himself.
But not for himself. Who's this talking about, Shaquat? Read it again.
And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off,
Uh-huh.
but not for himself.
Who's this talking about? Read it again.
And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off,
Uh-huh.
but not for himself.
You can't private interpret the Bible. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm saying I want to be wrong. Cut off, not for himself. I'm thinking about the sacrifice.
That's Yahawashi. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I'm just doubting myself.
Don't doubt yourself, huh? Don't doubt yourself. Read it again.
And after 62,
Sometimes you gotta trust. Most of the time, your first instinct is the correct answer. But when you begin to doubt yourself, that's when you put C when it was really B. You know what I'm saying? I used to do that when I used to take tests. I used to get tight. Damn, son, I knew it was. But anyway, yeah.
and after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off,
Uh-huh.
but not for himself.
Uh-huh.
And the people of the prince,
The what?
and the people of the prince,
Mayaka Allah. Who's the people of the prince? Nope.
Esau.
There you go. Precept.
Man, give me that.
Ain't no man. I be telling y'all, man.
Say this,
I don't
right?
want to hear.
Book chapter verse.
Yeah, man. I don't want to be hearing niggas raise their hands and Esau. Give me a verse, man.
ECV.
Quicker with the sword, man.
Yo, where is it?
Get up, bro.
It ain't in Luke.
Luke or John?
It ain't in Luke. It's in John.
Right.
John 14 and 30. Read. Nah, get John 14 and 30.
Hold up.
Well, I mean, I can see Robinson why it's
This is John chapter 14, verse 30.
Go ahead.
Hereafter, I will not talk much with you, for the
So
prince.
Yahawashi said, listen, hereafter, I ain't gonna talk much with you. Go ahead.
For the prince of this world
For
cometh.
the prince of this world cometh. That's Satan. The prince of this world cometh. Go ahead.
For the prince of this world cometh,
Uh-huh.
and hath nothing in me.
And he has nothing in me. Now read Daniel again.
And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself.
Uh-huh.
And the people of the prince.
And the people of the prince, the Romans. You understand? Go ahead.
And the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary.
70 AD. They destroyed the city. They destroyed the sanctuary. Go ahead.
And the end thereof shall be with a flood.
Shall be with a what?
Shall be with a flood.
Now this is what we're going to begin to discuss. The flood. The doctrines. The lies. Because that's what the flood is. Finish it up.
And unto the end of the war, desolations are determined.
Now let's go to Revelation 12. Let's go to verse 1. Verse 1. I wish I could say it in French. How you say verse 1 in French? We got Haitians in here. What is it? I don't even sound right. It's locking. Revelation 12:1.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 1.
Yeah.
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven,
Uh-huh.
a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet.
Who's this woman? How can you prove that? What is the sun? What is the sun? And what does the moon represent? How can you prove that?
BCV, man.
Let's get Proverbs 6 and 23. Y'all childish, man. Proverbs 6 and 23. Quicker with the sword, man.
Oh, no, I actually.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 23.
Uh-huh.
For the commandment is a lamp.
The what?
For the commandment is a lamp,
Yeah.
and the law is light.
And the law is light. So what is that moon and what is that sun? Those lights created in the book of Genesis. That's what it's representing. You understand? Read it again. Verse 12, chapter 12. Revelation.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven,
Yeah.
a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet,
Mm-hmm.
and upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
What is those 12 stars?
The tribes.
The tribes. Prove it. Well, all y'all niggas fail on the test.
Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14.
Let me
We are
see.
the light of the world.
No. Nope.
That's a precept.
That's not a precept to the 12 stars.
I'm talking about the star.
I'm talking about the stars.
I'm talking about the 12 stars.
That's what I'm talking about. That's not a precept to the 12 stars.
I know, man.
Oh man. Let's get Genesis 37 and 9. Let me show you something. There you go. Lawyer tapping in right now. Lawyer tapping in. That's that Levi joint. Ooh wee.
Genesis 37, verse 9. And he dreamed yet another dream,
Uh-huh.
and told it his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obedience to me.
Ah.
Another time where Jesus was the mantle and held they're still while we were marching around the city It shall be in the walls of
You see that? And we were compared to stars. It's in the Bible, man. Let's also get Deuteronomy 10 and 22, just for a little add-on, right? Deuteronomy 10 and 22.
Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 22.
Oh, he in the spirit right now.
Thy fathers went down in Egypt with 70 persons, and now the Lord thy God hath made thee as the stars of heaven.
As the stars of heaven.
For a multitude.
You see that? This is how you'll be able to prove these things within the scripture. Now let's read through Revelation 12 and 1 again, and we're going to keep reading. We're going to read almost practically this whole chapter. Yeah.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered.
What is this talking about? Yahawashi. You understand? Khan? All right, keep reading.
There appeared another wonder in heaven. Behold, a great red dragon.
A great red dragon. Who's this great red dragon? This is Rome. You understand? That's who this is. It's Rome. Keep reading.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his heads.
It's a whole nother breakdown. That'll bring me left, and we'll be here for 5 extra hours. No, get out of here, Cass. Get out of here, Cass. A whole nother breakdown, future breakdown. Right? We've done it before, but we're gonna revisit certain things because we got a lot of brothers throughout the country waking up. You understand? That's why I like to revisit certain topics, right? In order to, y'all all got to remember this. In order to be a teacher, you have to learn how to be repetitive and reteach something, but bring it out differently. You understand? That's how you become a teacher. All right? Yeah. And this is what we here. We're here to create teachers. So then you can get sent out and go to this state and build a school here. You understand? That goes for the men in the classroom. That goes for the men in the Zoom. That also goes for the men in Clubhouse. Y'all understand? All right. Let's keep reading.
Verse 4. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven.
Now his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven. What is this talking about? No. No.
Repeat the question.
You're right to a certain extent. I want you to be a little more specific.
Well, it says the third part when Christ said, "Let them which are in Judea flee to the hills." The third part was
There you go. But who's the third part is what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. Who's the third part? The third part are the tribes that are in the land. The 3 tribes. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. There are 3 tribes out of the 12. You understand? That's what the third part is. Come? Now let's go to real quick. Let's go to Matthew 2 and 13. Matter of fact, let's finish this verse first. Matter of fact, let's get a little, my bad. Y'all know how I am. I'm starting to get into the spirit. Let's get a little more history, man. Let's go to 1 Kings 11 and 29. Let's keep bringing it out. 1 Kings 11 and 29. To get some understanding here. Because, a Christian to go here and be like, my God, it's so mystical and dragons and lions, tigers, and like, they don't know what this is talking about.
They don't understand parables.
What are they, Barzal? Contextually inaccurate. I stole that from him, by the way. 1 Kings 11 and 29. Let's read that.
1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 29. And it came to pass at that time when Jeroboam went out of Jerusalem that the prophet Ahijah, the Shilonite, found him in the way And he had clad himself with the new garment, and they too were alone in the field.
Read.
And the Ahijah caught the new garment that was on him and rent it in 12 pieces. He said to Jeroboam, take thee 10 pieces, for thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, behold, I will rend the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon, and will give 10 tribes to thee.
Now, why? Because Solomon sinned. For Solomon having a bunch of these altars being built up through the land, this is the beginning of the split of the kingdoms. We went over this last week. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 32, but he shall have one tribe for my servant David's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, the city which I have chosen out of all the tribes of Israel.
So this is showing you the split. Let's also go to Second Chronicles 11 and 14 real quick. Real quick. Yeah, Second Chronicles 11 and 14.
Second Chronicles chapter 11 and verse 14.
Okay.
For the Levites left their suburbs in their possession.
So the Levites left their suburbs in their possession, right? They left the north and went where? To the south, because we kicked them out, because we began to set up Danites as priests, which is also in the scriptures, right? Keep reading.
And came to Judah and Jerusalem, for Jeroboam and his sons had cast them off from executing the priest's office unto the Lord.
Okay, so we see these are the people that were in the land: Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. You even see that in Ezra chapter 1. The people that were left to build the temple. Okay? Now read verse 4 again from the top. Now that we have this understanding.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 4. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born.
Now let's go to Matthew 2 and 13.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 13.
Yeah.
And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeareth to Joseph in a dream, saying, arise and take the young child and his mother and flee into Egypt.
Why? Because who was coming to kill him? Herod, the Edomites that was set up by the Roman Empire. Okay? You have to know all of these precepts in order to make the book make sense. Because if not, you're going to be reading this and thinking it's a fairy tale. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 5, and she brought forth a man child.
And she brought forth a man child. Go ahead.
Who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron.
Who was that man child to rule all nations with a rod of iron? Yahawashi. Hamashiach Yahawashi. Our Lord and Savior, our King. He's going to rule the nations with a rod of iron. I don't see right here hold hands with these niggas. I don't see that. He's gonna rule the nations holding hands. It's not in the Bible, man. Keep reading.
Who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and the child was caught up unto God and to his throne.
How was he caught up to God and his throne? Where does Yahawashi sit? At the right hand of the Father. See, this is what this is talking about. You understand? Let's keep reading.
And the woman fled into the wilderness.
The woman fled into the wilderness. Who's the woman? Israel was likened unto a woman. You can see that in Jeremiah 6 and 2, right? Israel was likened unto a woman. So the woman fled into the wilderness. Why did the woman flee into the wilderness?
Because then,
Damn right, I'm gonna tell you get a precept. You'll be like, didn't the Lord say? Nah, I'll leave the precept. Then you can break it down.
what up, Trip?
You need a precept.
Hold up.
Yeah. Read it again.
Revelation chapter, chapter 12 and verse 6. And the woman fled into the wilderness where she had the place prepared. Oh, Salakia. Verse 5. And she brought forth a man child who was.
Nah, you were in verse 6. Huh?
Oh, verse 6.
Yeah, you were in verse 6. It's all good. Nah, you good, King.
And the woman fled into the wilderness where she had the place prepared of God that they should feed her there 1,260 days.
Let's go to Micah 4 and 10. Let's see what this wilderness is. All right. Somebody else get Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 10. Somebody else get the book of Luke chapter 21 and verse 20.
This is Micah chapter 4 and verse 10. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion.
O daughter of Zion.
Like
Didn't we just read that in the beginning, in the verses above? Okay, go ahead.
Like a woman in travail.
Mm-hmm.
For now shalt thou go forth out of the city.
Now you're going to go forth out of the city. This is 70 AD. We were kicked out of the city. Where did we go? Go ahead.
And thou shalt dwell in the field.
Thou shalt dwell in the field, in the wilderness. You understand that? Go ahead.
And thou shalt go even to Babylon.
Then from the field, you're going to go to Babylon. Go ahead.
There shalt thou be delivered. There the Lord shall redeem thee.
And in Babylon, you're going to be delivered, and the Lord is going to redeem you. So, where's the wilderness? Zephaniah 3 and 10.
Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 10. From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia.
Beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, the west coast of Africa. That's what this is talking about. So that's that wilderness that was prepared for us unto God. You understand that? Now let's go to Luke real quick to even see that Yahawashi prophesied this.
Luke chapter 21 and verse 20.
Go ahead.
When ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is not.
See, 70 AD. Go ahead.
Then let them which are in Judea,
Some which are in Judea, go ahead.
flee to the mountains.
Flee to the mountains. Flee to the nations. Right there in Africa. And you can see Jewish, quote unquote, if you look it up in history, we know who they are. Israelite begin to spring up through the generations, going further and further into Africa as you go down. And finally becoming the kingdoms of some God, the kingdoms of Ghana, the kingdoms of the Ivory Coast, Ivri, which actually means Hebrew in a certain dialect. So it wasn't ivory talking about the ivory of an elephant tusk. It's talking about Israelites, the Hebrew coast, if you look it up in history. The land of Judah, Negro land. This is the wilderness that it's talking about. All right, let's go back to Revelation, verse 7.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7. And there was war in heaven.
And there was what?
War in heaven.
And there was war in heaven. You see, a Christian would be like, you see, fallen angels. And they were fighting in the sky, and a third of them came and had sex, and this nonsense, bro. Right? They start speaking in crazy tongues. It's ridiculous, right? We're going to get the proper understanding here and what this is really talking about. But first, let's understand how Hebrew idioms work, right? Let's go to Isaiah 34 and 6.
Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 6. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord
Matter
hath
of
a
fact,
sacrifice.
Salakia, can you start at, I said 6, right? My bad. Can you start at 4? My bad, Salakia.
Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 4. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved.
All the what?
All the host of heaven shall be dissolved.
How are all the hosts of heaven going to be dissolved? You read that in Peter's, don't you? The elements shall melt away. That's fervent heat, nuclear thermal destruction. That's what this is talking about. Go ahead. Read it again from the top.
And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved.
And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved. All the leaders and armies of this heaven today, our hell, but their heaven. Because contextually, who is he talking to? In verse 1. Come near ye nations and hear, and hearken ye people. So he's saying this is your heaven. You understand? Let's keep reading.
And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
And the heavens are going to be rolled together as a scroll. Where else do we see this? In Revelation chapter 6 and verse 12 going down to 17. You see the heavens rolled together as a scroll. That is that mushroom cloud. All right, keep reading.
And all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine.
And right, you also read this in the book of Revelation, chapter 6. Go ahead.
As the leaf falleth from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
Go ahead.
For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
See, the Lord's sword is going to be bathed in heaven, man. He's poetically telling you the destruction of to come, man. That how America is going to be destroyed. Yeah, Shema. You got to speak up.
This verse 7, also like the purpose to like correct me if I'm wrong. So that the 4 winds, like
Read down to it. We're going to read down to it. Yeah.
For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
It's going to come down upon Idumea, Edom, Esau, the Europeans, the white man. That's what this is talking about. Them getting destroyed. Go ahead.
And upon the people of my curse to judgment.
And upon the people of my curse to judgment. How the hell these niggas getting engrafted? Go ahead.
The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness. And with the blood of lambs and goats. With the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord had to sacrifice in Basra.
You know what he's poetically saying, right? Y'all niggas is gonna die and be sacrificed for everything y'all done. Isaiah 63, that's right. Y'all gonna get, Christ's garment is going to be covered in blood, man.
I wanted to say really quick.
Yeah.
It's beautiful how this judgment, he said, come near and hearken ye nations. These are the first people on the list, just like in Psalms 82.
There you go. Keep, you got a precept? Question? What up?
With him adding the lambs and goats, you talk about like some of our people that died too.
No. Not contextually, even though they will, but not contextually. Yeah.
And with the fat of the kidneys of rams, for the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And the unicorns shall come down with them.
What does that mean? The unicorn shall come down with them. It's not no freaking flying horse. That's why my is laughing, because people picture that. You know what I'm saying? They picture a rainbow with a flying horse. Like, nah. It's just, all this is talking about is the leaders. The people, right? The people who are on top are going to come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. Yeah.
When you go back to 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 3, speaking on Amalek, now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they had, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling,
there you go,
ox and sheep,
there you go,
camel and ass.
My
question is that parallel in this also?
Absolutely, because the Lord is going to destroy it all. What we were supposed to do in times past. But since we didn't obey to the Lord, he made the basest people the top. And the people we were supposed to utterly destroy are now ruling the earth. Amalek is the first of the nations. You see that? It all comes back to bite us in the ass. Salakia, pause. Certain niggas, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's go back to Revelation. Read verse 7 again.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7.
Go ahead.
And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels.
What does this mean? And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels.
Now, referencing over to the Dark Ages.
There you go. Some reference to the Dark Ages. Because we fought against the prince of the air and his legion being the white man. And we began to rule. That's why the next verse it says, and prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 8, and prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent.
That old serpent, that serpent in Genesis. That same spirit, right? The word nakash, which also means what? Enchanter, sorcerer. Doesn't just mean a snake. It means a sorcerer and an enchanter, which is what is. We brought it out earlier. That's what Chaldean is, a sorcerer. Keep reading.
That old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
Which deceived the whole world, right? With his subtlety. You see that in what's that? 2 Corinthians 11 and 3, right? You see that. Keep reading.
He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
And his angels were cast out with him. So we began to rule. But it was prophesied that there was a time they were going to come back, an appointed time, that these sorcerers will come back into power. And what did they primarily use to come back into power? The Vatican Church, with the sword, with deceit, with the counter-reformation, them teaching all of these lies, falsifying history, using iconoclasm to paint over all of the icons throughout Europe. This is how they began to conquer. This is how they began to deceive the world, making people worship the image of the beast. Caesar Borgia, the fake Jesus. This is what they did, man. Let's keep reading.
Verse 10. Now I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night.
And this is speaking about, remember, this is not in chronological order. That's what people have to understand. Because John the Revelator is having a dream. He's dreaming these things. He's getting these visions. So it's just as, exactly, he's recalling it. So it's just as you have a dream, you're going to write it down to the best of your abilities. But it might not be in chronological order. The Bible's not in chronological order. You understand? It's the same thing here. So this is talking about the kingdom. You can line it up with 2 Ezra 6 and 9. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the world that followed him. All right? Now let's keep reading.
Verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
And that's how we're going to overcome him, right? By the blood of the Lamb. Nothing else. Nothing else. What you think? We're gonna get a bunch of guns and the hell out of here. We got a little, even if you got an AK, these niggas got shit. Listen, man. Listen. They probably shoot us from the sky with a satellite. Beaming. You know? You'd be like, what happened to Yawasap? Man, son, that nigga, he got beamed. By the chariot? Nah, son, the satellites. You know what I'm saying? This is what they're capable of doing in a blink of an eye. Keep reading.
They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death.
And I hope every man lives to this. Every woman lives to this. That they don't put their lives above the word of God. That they don't put their lives above the duty that we have to build this nation. Because this is all we're going to have very soon. Keep reading.
Verse 12, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
Keep reading.
For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
You see that? So woe to Yah that's on earth, because the devil knows he has a short time. Right? The devil rose up during the Renaissance era. It's only a couple hundred years ago. And look at the progress he's had on conquering the earth. He ain't waste a second. He said, oh, we kick these niggas out? Yeah, let's go start conquering and murdering and raping and lying. This is what they did, man. Go ahead.
Verse 13, and when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth.
So the dragon saw he was cast down into the earth. So these are these people in Europe, these Romans, and they're realizing these people are ruling over us. And let's see what they do. Okay?
He persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child.
He persecuted the woman that brought forth the man-child. Said, hold on. These Israelites right here, they got to get the hell out. This is how the Spanish Inquisition happened. This is why they began to say, nah, you can't read the Bible, bro. Only we can read it in Latin in the churches. What you talking about? What's going on here? Put that shit down. Hey, William Tyndale, what you doing? Read that fuck. You translated the Bible from what? Huh? But before it even happened in Europe, we got to talk about how it happened in the Byzantine Empire. Some people known as the Isaurians, which are Edomites, by the way, the Isaurians began to deceive and conquer the Byzantine Empire and then raise up from the Ottoman Empire, which were descendants of Greeks. And the Ottoman Empire kicked out all of the Israelites from the Byzantine Empire. And when the Byzantine Empire went into Europe, fleeing persecution from the Ottomans, what you think they took with them? Scrolls. That's what they took. The Textus Receptus, the Masoretic texts, the Aleppo codices. This is what they took. No, they didn't take that. That's no bueno. This is what they took, right? So when you get these manuscripts coming into Europe, then you have the only Bibles that's being able to be taught in Europe is in Latin. Then you have all of these manuscripts, and you have these people known as like the Chaldeans of Ionia, right? In Scotland. And they're getting a hold of these things. And they said, oh, we already had it right here. But I told you mine was real and the Romans was fake. This is what began to happen. And here comes the Reformation era. Here comes these secret sects known as camps in Europe. And guess what they began to do in Europe? To teach in the streets. They began to hold posts in cities, teach. And they began to say the Antichrist is the Pope. This is what was happening. This place is going to be destroyed. Christ is going to come back for the Israelites. Their doctrine over there in Rome is false. You think this shit started in 69? La. You think this shit started in the... This shit is ancient. The spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets.
That's right.
So before we came here in slave ships, you don't think we was prophesying over there? This is how the Reformation era started, with the persecution of Israelites and them rising up and teaching in the streets. Let's keep reading.
Verse 14. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times, and half a time from the face of the serpent.
It sounds nice. Nourished. It's talking about slavery. Those 2 eagle wings are talking about slave ships. You understand? This is what happened. Keep reading.
And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood.
This is where it comes. Just like we said in Daniel 9:26, that flood that came from the people of the prince, the Romans, and was cast out of the serpent's mouth, water as a flood after the woman. That's philosophies and doctrines. Real quick, let's get Isaiah 59 and 19.
Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against it.
Now let's go to Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 14. So you see the enemy is compared us onto a flood, all right? But this flood is also talking about philosophies and doctrines. Let's read that.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men.
You see that? So we have to be careful with these things, because there's a lot of stuff out there that can get you tripped up. A lot of stuff. A lot of things that you might look up and be like, damn, I just tapped into something. And it was set up by the enemy. Let me go into something real quick. Let me show you something. Let me get it real quick. It's a lot. This is from a book, right? It's called To Eliminate the Opiate. All right? I just got this book not that long ago. Right? Let me show you something. To eliminate the opiate. Now it says, the first major move towards subverting Judaism was made by Francis Carl Anton, who in 1776 organized the Biblical Destruction Group. What else was formed in 1776? The so-called Constitution. What else was formed in 1776? There you go. And then America was also formed. And guess who else? The Illuminati under Adam Weishaupt in Bavarian Germany. So you had all in control by these specific group of people. And they're setting up certain things here, setting certain up things here to cast this flood once again. Repeat what list?
1776.
The 1776 was the forming of America, the forming of the Illuminati, and the forming of the Biblical Destruction Group. Let's keep reading into this book, right? It says, a closed circle of intellectuals whose main objective would be to destroy the Bible. This self-perpetuating group with the aid of its conspiratorial connections, infiltrated its way into positions of prestige in some of the leading universities of Central Europe, and began Salakia, and began what came to be known as higher criticism movement. Stripped of its intellectual pretensions, the higher criticism movement has been nothing but a long-term chipping away movement. Oh, Salakia, a long-term chipping away, little by little, at the integrity of the Bible as the inspired word of God, leading literally millions of both Jews and Christians to adopt or inherit a skeptical attitude toward the Bible. Its results have been devastating to Western civilization. To eliminate the opiate, volume 1. Right.
Because it has Edomite history.
Right. So this is what they began to do. Yeah, not it's volume 2. That's volume 2. It's really volume 1. He messed up. It's right on top of it. Boom. That one right there. Yep. That's it right there, Abaya. Yeah, it's not an expensive book, but when you read it, you're gonna be like, huh? They did what? They did, huh? They did that. Yeah, they did that. That's why you have to. And what is higher criticism? Why do you think now a textual criticism and the ESV and Codex Sinaiticus and the Codex Vaticanus and all of these Codex Alexandrius and these Bibles and these manuscripts and the KJV? It's garbage. Why is the KJV garbage? I don't hear them ever talk about any other Bible. But for some reason, the KJV is garbage. Interesting. Very interesting. Read verse 15 again.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 15.
Back to Revelation. Slap it.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 15. The serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth.
The earth helped the woman. How did the earth help the woman? Archaeology, anthropology, history, all of this springing up. And what are they saying? Oh shit, the Bible's real. Hold on. Are you telling me that, whoa, Moses is real? Hold on, what, the accounts in the book of Genesis is actually historical? Hold on. They were really in where? Israelites in America, huh? This is what's happening. Why do you think everywhere they're trying to destroy us? They put us in shows like the Wu-Tang. They put us in movies and they make us look crazy. This hate group. They put us on the news. But the revolution won't be televised. You've always heard that, right? You've always heard the revolution won't be televised. That's why we ain't on TV. All them other niggas are. Farrakhan got a million niggas marching. They on TV. We ain't televised. It's only to cast hate on us, but then they're like, damn, niggas still leaving the churches, joining them? Damn, they went to that country now? Hold on, they got a camp in Puerto Rico? Hold on, they in Africa? Hold on, we're everywhere because you can't stop the truth. You can't stop this. It's not of us. This is of the Lord. This is his spirit. We just following our role. That's all we're doing. And praying that we're the hopeful elect. Because at any given time, he could be like, yeah, Yawasap, I used you. You did what you did. You taught your classes. You raised brothers up. I don't really like you though, bro. You out of here. It can happen to me too, bro. Haven't we seen that happen to great men?
Yes.
In this school, other schools, original One West? We've seen great men fall, but it was all for the Lord's purpose, to continue and continue to build. You understand? Let's finish up that verse.
Verse 16, and the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which
swallowed up the flood, these lies, these philosophies. Go ahead.
And swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
Let's go Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14, 21. No, 14 to 12. Slacky. We ain't going to 14 to 20. My bad.
Isaiah.
Hold on, real quick. Slacky, King. I think I might get a quick precept real quick. Making sure if this is it. Nah, that's that. I want that for sure, but hold on. There you go. Let's get Psalms 85 and 11 real quick. Yeah, that's what I wanted real fast. Just to elaborate on that last verse we just read.
Psalms chapter 85 and verse 11.
Yeah.
Truth shall spring out of the earth.
You see that? The earth shall help the woman. Truth shall spring up out the earth. And what are we doing? We're teaching this truth. Before there was a release of all of these Hebrew artifacts and stones found in the island of Puerto Rico, guess what? We were saying Puerto Ricans were Israelites. Before all this archaeology and all these books we're beginning to find, guess what we were saying? Well, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of Negro and Indian descent, they're Israelites. You see that? Because it was the spirit first. Then the earth helped the woman. And truth began to spring up. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 12. And somebody else, Slaki. Somebody else get 2 Thessalonians. What's that? 2 and yeah. Yeah.
2 and verse 3.
Yeah, hold that. Hold that. We're going to read Isaiah first.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 12.
Go ahead.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
You see, this is what they're going to say when America falls. How the hell did you fall from heaven, O Lucifer? How the hell? America? That great and pristine place? Is the lake of fire now? Because that's what the lake of fire is. America being destroyed by nuclear thermal destruction. It's not an imaginary place under the earth, man. That people are being tormented. That shit is weird, man. Yeah.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations?
Which did weaken the nations, man. This is how you know this is talking about a people. Because they weakened the nations. They went everywhere and conquered and set up all of these UN establishments and military bases and stole natural resources and said, yeah, we setting up here. You heard? Ain't nothing you can do about it. You asked out. Yeah, what you doing? Yeah, I want in on that. Yeah, you have to use my dollar in your country. What? This is what they did. Keep reading.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
They said I was going to ascend into heaven. Go ahead.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
He's going to exalt his throne above the stars of God, the 12 tribes of Israel. That's what this is talking about. Those 12 stars. Keep reading.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation and the sides of the north. Verse 14.
Hold on. Mayaka Allah, where's the sides of the north?
Is that Europe?
Nope. Don't no guessing. I want precepts. Barazal, you got a precept? Sides of the north? I want a precept. I gotta learn how to come with precepts. We speak as the oracles of God. You understand? Read it, Barak.
Psalms chapter 48 and verse 2.
This is the side of the north. Okay?
Beautiful for situation, the joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion on the sides of the north.
On the side of the north. Who's on the land today? The Jewish man that rules the earth. Amalek, the first of the nations. You understand? Also lines up with Ezekiel 36 and 5. They're gonna take the land for prey. Idumea. You understand? Let's keep reading.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
I said, listen, man, I'm gonna be like the Most High. I'm gonna watch you with all these cameras on all the blocks. Yeah, big brother. This is what they're trying to be like the Most High. Listen, man, you think about something and you go on your phone and you like, damn, advertising? I was thinking about this. You get emailed about it. What the fuck is this? Algorithms, binary codes. This is what they're doing, man. They're trying to be like the Most High. They're tapping into things that people think is spooky and not real. Hold your point. You ever heard of CERN?
Yes, sir.
Why did the one of the main scientists in CERN said, yeah, we're tapping into like black matter and stuff. We're letting in things we don't even know. That's the demonic power that's on this earth right now. Tapping into CERN and people just cutting off their rods and sewing titties on. It sounds crazy, but this was going on. This was going on, man. But the white man is not the devil. But the white man can be saved.
Where and who is he?
Yeah, exactly. Job. We read that earlier in Job 9:24. If not, if the white man ain't the wicked, where and who is he? You tell me. What is some nigga under the ground with a pitchfork, red with horns? La. It's that pale-skinned man saying, hey. Yeah, pink man. Hey, how you doing? Oh, freeze. What you doing? You match the description. That's the devil. Let's go to but this is who you want to engraft, Doc, right? This is who they want to engraft, man. What the hell is going on, man? But I don't ever hear them talk about anybody else. It's only the damn devil, man. That's how you know he deceived the earth. I don't ever hear anybody fighting for no damn Chinese, for no damn Japanese, no damn East Indians smelling like curry, man.
Some of it is Stockholm syndrome.
That's exactly what it is. They deceived the damn earth. I love him. Look at them. It's the superheroes. They deceived us, man. Let's go to Thessalonians.
Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Let what?
Let no man deceive you by any means.
Go ahead.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Except there come a falling away first with that flood. These vain philosophies and ideologies that came in. Keep reading.
Except there come a falling away first,
Yeah.
and that man of sin be revealed.
And the man of sin be revealed. Go to YouTube right now. You got all these. Oh, Salakia. Hey, man. You know the Yayan, man. Anyway. And that man, read that again. Salakia.
Let no man deceive you by any means. For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first,
Except there come a falling away first. Read.
and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Go on YouTube right now and just, you see all these Illuminati videos, the Rockefellers and the Bilderbergers and the Rothschilds, because the man of sin is being revealed. Amalek is being revealed. They know who these people are. Who else is spraying lines in the sky? It's atmospheric injections. Damn chemtrails. Who else is creating genetically modified organisms, man? Who else is doing that? They're trying to be like God. There you go. Who else is cloning animals? People creating test tube babies. That's right, niggas is goofy, man. They really trying to be like God. You're gonna get cut off. Keep reading.
Verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
He opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God. Go ahead.
So that he as God sitteth in the temple of God.
So as he as God, as the power in the earth, sits in the temple of God, Jerusalem. Go ahead.
Showing himself that he is God.
Showing himself that he is God. Like, look at me. I rule the earth. I'm the Jew. I'm that great white man. Without me, you'll still be in teepees in America. Without me, y'all still be swinging on vines in Africa. This is what they think, by the way. This is what they think. You understand? Keep reading.
Showing himself that he is God. Verse 5, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things.
This is how you know that Paul speaks contextually, but he's speaking in the future. He says, don't you remember when I was with you, I told you these things? He's speaking to the church of Thessalonica, but he's speaking to the Israelites right now. Keep reading.
Verse 6, and now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time.
Now, he might be revealed in his time. This is the time when we're standing on the corner saying Esau is the white man and the white man is the devil. Look at what they're doing. Look at how they're destroying the earth. Look what they did to the children of Israel. Keep reading.
Verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity.
There it goes. For the what?
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
Why would he say that?
The Roman Empire.
The Roman Empire. It's because Esau was already ruling. And Paul was revealed something, just as all the prophets were, on something that's going to happen in the end times. That red dragon known as Rome, the Edomites were going to rule in the end. You don't think Paul read Second Esdras? He was a master of the law, man. You don't think Paul studied these things? He knew what was going to happen, especially because he had the Spirit of Christ. So he knew that a mystery of iniquity, the thing that's going to be revealed in the future, that son of perdition, that man of sin that's going to be revealed in the future, it's already at work through the Roman Empire. That's what he was saying. Finish it up.
Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Keep reading.
Verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
How is he being consumed with the spirit of his mouth? By the prophets. Because we're rising up and teaching the truth back onto the earth. And we have everything to back it up. Everything, that's right. Keep reading.
shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
And he's going to destroy with the brightness of his coming. When he comes in these UFOs, by the way, these chariots, and they say we're crazy for thinking it's real. But didn't they just release this last summer with the COVID-19 bill? All of these, why in the COVID-19 bill y'all releasing secret evidence of UFOs? Why? That's interesting to me.
That was at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, at the bottom of the, why is that there? Interesting, because that's what they always do. They pass little things here and there, but we don't read none of the stuff. We don't pay attention to nothing because we just in the hood trying to survive. What you gonna read a damn COVID-19 bill for when you struggling to pay your damn rent? What you gonna read a COVID-19 bill for if you're trying to make ends meet to pay your damn child support? Because that's what our people are going through. Keep reading.
Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
With all powers and signs and lying wonders. You understand?
Lying wonders, knowledge.
That's right. Let's get Daniel 11 real quick. We're going to read Daniel 11. We're going to go to 36. Because the Vatican, and I get it, why certain people teach the beast, right? That great whore is the Vatican Church. Even though we know here it's America. But the Vatican has a lot to do with a lot of the things that's going on behind the scenes. The Vatican has a lot to do, once, like I said earlier, on the first people to come up with the theory of evolution in the Big Bang. The Vatican is who sanctioned Christopher Columbus to cross the seas. The Vatican is who sanctioned Darwin to go to Galapagos and study birds. This is what he did. The Vatican was behind Hitler. The Vatican is behind so many things you won't imagine. And guess who? The only popes that could be part of the Vatican. You want to know what they prove? You got to be Amalek. You got to be Jewish. A lot of people don't know that. So the Jewish people, these damn Amalekites, are ruling in the land that's Jews. And Pepsi got 7 Up. Oh, hold on, is it Sprite? Probably gonna butcher it. But then you got Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola got 7 Up or Sprite, one of the two. I don't know, I don't remember.
Sprite Coca-Cola.
It's Sprite Coca-Cola. That's how I know y'all wicked niggas drink soda. So you got Pepsi. Y'all niggas better stop drinking soda, man. Get out of here, man. Y'all going off. Niggas still eat fast food on the low. Anyway. So this is what you have to understand is these people control everything. Everything you see, they're in control of. You understand that? All right, let's get Daniel.
Daniel chapter 11 and verse 36. And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself, magnify himself above every god.
And magnify what?
Magnify himself above every god.
Hold on a second. I have it. Yeah.
And shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished, for that is determined shall be done.
Salaki, read it again from the top. My bad. I got distracted.
Verse 36, and the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god.
He shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god. I want y'all to think about who this sounds like. Keep reading.
And shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods. It shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished, for that is determined shall be done.
For that is determined shall be done. For what they're planning shall be done. Keep this in mind. Keep reading.
Neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor regard any God.
Neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor regard any God, for he shall magnify himself above all. Who does this? The Pope. Damn right. Damn right.
They're a city state, so they're governed by their own.
Damn right. She's right.
Bring that out.
That's part of the frog that leaped across the earth in the book of Revelation. You have the religious power comes from the Vatican. The power of money comes from London. And the power of military might comes from DC. And they're all three what? City states that are not governed by any government.
That's right.
They're all private corporations. You can look this up.
They have their own bank.
Their own bank. They own, yeah, all of them, right? They own all of that, man. Like seriously. They're the ones that's in control. Oh, chill, man. They're the ones that's in control of all of these things. You understand that? Keep reading.
Verse 38, but in his estate shall he honor the God of forces, and a God whom his fathers knew not shall he honor with gold and silver and with precious stones.
And what is this God that his fathers didn't know? Let's find out. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. For context, let's just go to verse 1. 14.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 1. Again, one preparing himself to sail and about to pass through the raging waves.
So one preparing himself to sail and about to pass through the raging waves, calleth upon a piece of wood. Remember, we shall serve what? Wood and stone. It says, calleth upon a piece of wood more rotten than the vessel that carrieth him. That's that cross that they carried across what? The ocean in 1492. Keep reading.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12 and verse 2.
14 and 2.
Okay. For verily, desire of gain devised that, and the workman built it by his skill.
Read.
But thy providence, O Father, governeth it, for thou hast made a way in the sea, and a safe path in the waves.
Go ahead.
Showing that thou canst save from all danger.
Go ahead.
Yea, though a man went to sea without art.
How did he go to sea without art? He went to sea without a map. That's what that without art is talking about. He didn't have a map of America. He didn't have none of that. So he came over here by his will. And the Lord provided the safe guidance to conquer here because it was for an appointed time. For them to come here, conquer the Americas, and then what happens? The slavery of the Northern Kingdom. The same time, wars is going on in Europe against the Moors. The same time, they're sanctioning wars from Hamites fighting the Israelites in Africa. And here comes the transatlantic slave trade. But let's see who this person in Daniel was worshiping. Now we got a little bit of context here. Let's jump down to verse 15.
Verse 15, for a father afflicted with untimely mourning.
Who's that father afflicted? Pope Alexander VI of Rome. Read.
When he had made an image of his child.
He made an image of his child, Caesar Borgia. Yeah.
Soon taken away, now honored him as a god, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices.
And delivered to those that are under him ceremonies and sacrifices. Those ritualistic things they do in the Catholic Church. Keep reading.
Thus, in process of time.
Go ahead.
An ungodly custom grown strong was kept as a law.
An ungodly custom that grew strong was kept as a law, man. Go ahead.
Engraven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings.
You see that? And these graven images were worshipped by the commandment of these damn Edomites. Keep reading.
Verse 17, whom men could not honor in presence.
Whom men couldn't honor in presence because he was dead. Go ahead.
Because they dwelt far off. They took the counterfeit of his visage from far. This
painting that they began to make idols after. Go ahead.
And made an express image of a king whom they honored, to the end that by this, their forwardness, they might flatter him that was absent as if he were present.
You see that? So they were worshiping this idol, this Caesar Borgia, and calling him Christ. And not just calling him Christ, because who they believe Christ is? The Most High God. It all ties in together. You understand? What happened?
I have a precept.
Yeah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15, verse 4. For neither did the mischievous inventions of men deceive us, nor an image spotted with diverse colors that painters fruitless labor. Verse 5. The sight whereof enticed fools to lust after it, and so they desired the form of a dead image that had no breath.
Break it down.
I was going to say, this is the tie-in what Yawasap is bringing out concerning the image of Caesar Borgia being a god and how men worship it, and they used it as a law or kept it as a law.
Let's go back to Daniel real quick.
Daniel chapter 11 and verse 38. But in his estate shall he honor the God of forces, and a God whom his fathers knew not shall he honor with gold and silver, and with precious stones and pleasant things.
Dead.
Thus shall he do in the most strongholds with the strange God.
With the strange God. That's that Caesar Borgia. Dead.
Whom he shall acknowledge and increase with glory.
Dead.
And he shall cause them to rule over many.
And he caused them to rule over many. He began to conquer the earth. Dead.
And shall divide the land for gain.
And he divided the land for gain. You understand? So they're gonna tell you're gonna hear this, man. Look, America's not in the Bible, and the power of Esau and the power of all his lies and his devices that he began to rule upon the earth, whether it's the sword and the weapons, or whether it's the lies and the devices of strange gods, man. Now let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon real quick. We're about to close in a second. Let's go to verse 22, 14 and 22.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 22.
Go ahead.
Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of God, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace.
Read it again.
Moreover, this was not enough for them.
This wasn't enough for them. It wasn't enough for the Edomites to come and conquer people. It wasn't enough for them to create and make people bow down upon them and worship their gods. The transatlantic slave trade wasn't enough. The rob, raping, and murdering wasn't enough. Keep reading. Remember, they furthered the affliction. Yeah.
Verse 23. For while
Now
they
read
slew,
22 again.
verse 22. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of God.
They erred in the knowledge of God. Yeah.
But whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace.
The great plagues that came upon the natives, they called it peace. The smallpox and millions of Native Americans that were wiped out with diseases, man. They called it their own peace. You understand that? Right, manifest destiny. And that's what they quoted. It's our destiny to rule the earth. It was, Esau. You gotta give it up. Hey, he did his job well. Esau was the devil of devils. He probably did things the most. I ain't even playing it. Damn, nigga. Why do you think he said that he furthered the affliction? You got a precept, lawyer? Yeah, read that. You got one too?
It's desire. It's Psalm 73.
Nice and loud.
And I'm going to start from verse 6. Psalm 73, verse 6. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than a heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression.
That's right.
They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth.
See that? You see that? You can't make this stuff up, man. And these are the people they want. I'm gonna keep saying that, man. These are the people who they want to engrab. These are the people who they want to hold hands with and save, man. How dare you're filled with hate. Yeah. Back to Wisdom of Solomon.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 23. For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices. For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices,
Yeah.
or used secret ceremonies, or made revelings of strange rites,
That.
they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled.
Listen, everything was defiled with them.
Oh,
No. Yeah.
It's not just about this, it's about now.
Oh, absolutely. That's the point. We're gonna read it. We're gonna keep reading. All you gotta do is keep reading, man. You're gonna see how this is then and this is now. Yeah.
They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another traitorously.
Treacherously. It's the way it's written. Yeah.
Or grieved him by adultery,
Yeah.
so that there reigned in all men.
Yeah.
God.
So that there reigned in all men,
So that they reigned in all men. Yeah.
without exception, blood, manslaughter, theft, dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury.
You see, look at what the Lord is literally explaining the white man. He said, yo, and y'all ever want to charge an Edomite? Just go right here. Be like, listen, Mr. Esau, it's camp right now. We out here teaching. Oh, why am I the devil? I got you. Let me get Wisdom of Solomon 14. I'm gonna show you everything y'all did. Just go down the damn list, man. And the crazy thing is the list ain't over. Keep reading.
Verse 26, disquieting of good men.
Disquieting of good men. Go ahead.
Forgetfulness of good terms.
Go ahead.
Defiling of souls.
Defiling of souls, man. Go ahead.
Changing of kind.
Changing of kind. What's that? Transformers. Transformers. Homos in disguise. I grew up with that cartoon. I don't know about that. Y'all too young, man. Y'all don't know about Transformers, the cartoon? You don't know.
I just said we do.
All right, nah, get out of here, Shaban. You got a highlighter hoodie on right now. I'm not dealing with you. I'm not dealing with you. Yeah, keep reading. Keep reading.
Disorder in marriages. Verse 26. Disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good terms,
Yeah.
defiling of souls,
Yeah.
changing of kind,
Yeah.
disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanness. For the worshiping of idols, not to be named, is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil.
Idol worship caused all this. Because what did the Lord say in Romans 1:25? Who changed the truth of God into a lie? Who worshiped the creature more than the creator? And for this, he gave them up unto vile affections. Their own vile affections. That's right. Because what did Esau do? He made the entire earth worship idols. No. God, let's go to verse 11. I'll read it for you.
Verse 11. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation.
Look at that. Yeah.
Because in the creature of God there are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of
And
men.
stumbling blocks to the souls of men. Listen, man, Christianity is heroin to our people. They look at us like we're crazy. All they want to do is talk about us. What are y'all doing? Do y'all teach in the streets? In the blistering cold? What do y'all do? Y'all close down y'all churches and say, cash out, and keep playing tithes. You understand? That's what they did. That's what they continue to do. You understand? Yeah.
Ezekiel 35.
Loud.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5.
Loud, like you're outside.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. The word perpetual meaning never ending. It never stopped.
That's
Even
right.
when it was supposed to, they just kept going.
That's right. That's right. Let's get Ezekiel 25 and 14 real quick. Just want to cut this, you know. You gotta understand what they're doing behind the scenes, man. Yeah, hold on. Understand, hey, just keep the conversation to a minimum. You gotta understand the what they're doing behind the scenes. All right? What they've been doing for a long time. And look how lost people are now. Completely lost. Really thinking there's no God at all. The Bible says you think there's no God, you a fool, man. You a fool. A single cell organism is more complex than the most high-tech machines on earth. Single cell organism. Then they want to make you believe in evolution. You know what came first? The heart or the brain? Well, because you need the brain for the heart, and you need the heart for the brain. And then you also need everything else in your body all at once. So what came first? It can't all come, nothing can come first. They all have to be there at once. In Romans 1:20, he says, by the invisible things. The invisible things are clearly seen by the things that are visible. You look at nature and you have to understand God is real. You have to understand God is real. We're just a speck of dust. That's all we are. We think we mighty and we this and that, and the Lord chose me. You know, He could just push you away in an instance. Said I could raise up rocks. Huh? You go, what? That's the God we serve. That's the God we serve. Why do you think he said, knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifies? What's that charity? Love. You got to tap into that. Not on no spooky Christian. You got to tap in what it is to be a brother. You got to tap in what it is to be a father. Tap in what it is to be a husband. Tap in what it is to be a workman, a fisherman. Because that is what's going to make this nation continue to progress. But Esau is pulling you down on all sides. On all sides. He's pulling you down in your job. He's having your kids watch all these things. Even if they are homeschooled, you got to watch what's on their tablets. If they have one, they shouldn't at a young age. You got to watch you got to watch everything they're doing. Because this world is evil. This is an evil world we live in. Very evil. Why do you think the Lord said, I'm going to shorten the times, man? So the saints can make it. He has to make this time short so we can make it. Because if not, nobody will. Because the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure the things that are honest, man. He's going to continue to take away those seeds that have been planted in your mind. Why do you think so many people, how many people we've seen come and go in this classroom alone? I said, listen, we done seen this classroom stacked. Niggas standing, leaning on walls. Next week is like attendance. Like, damn. The next week is like 5. Everybody else, I'm just going through something. You want to know one thing I hate the most? And with this, I'm going to close. I'm going to close with this. I'm going to close with the one thing I hate the most. A nigga said, that's another one. When a nigga say, yo, I'm going to come to class when I get right. No, nigga. You come to class to get right. You don't, I need some time, brother. What you need, some time with Satan? You need some time with Satan wrapped around, Satan like this. Satan holding hands with you skipping down the block. Come on. Let's just keep this, just smoke, just hit the blunt. Just hit it. It's okay. Hey, just press play on that porno. Hey, just go have sex with that woman. It's okay. So what if she has a man? He doesn't treat her. He ain't hitting it like you. That's what Satan's gonna do when you're on your time off. Yeah, that's the number one thing a nigga says in his mind. Yo, I got grace. Christ, my nigga.
And they said, Lord, forgive me before we start.
Yeah, the Lord understand. If nigga don't understand, bro, you just might die. You just might die. You're lucky if he whoops your ass and throws you on the floor. You lucky if you do that to be like, damn, I fucked up, Lord, forgive me. But he could just wipe you out, man, at any time. But we take this shit for granted. Niggas think because they got a fringe on and they out there at camp, yeah, man, I'm doing something. Nigga, he could, in a blink of an eye, you could be gone. And he raised another nigga up at that camp. Your camp could split. And you just like, damn, we've seen all these things happen. So you can't sit here and say, I need to get right to come to class. No, you need to come to class to get right. Nobody said, that's like when the apostle said, yo, Christ, let me get right, and I'm gonna come fuck with you. Yeah, I could be your apostle, you know what I'm saying? I could be a disciple, but let me handle some shit in my life first. Christ would have said, Fuck out of here, nigga. Yeah, Christ would have said, "You done, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here." What he said to the rich man, "I keep all the laws. Yeah? Sell all your possessions and come follow me." Nigga walked away sad. He said, "Damn, son." You see that? So ask yourself, would you do that? If Christ came right now, and you like, yo, I'm keeping all the laws, man. I go to camp every Saturday. I keep the Sabbath. Listen, man, I'm on point. I've been on point. Oh, yeah? Yeah, give up all that. You just had, yeah, give up all that. Come follow me. Niggas gonna be like, damn, son.
Work so hard.
Yo, but I got, yo, I just bought this car. I don't
Say that for 3 years.
I don't care. We out.
He gave you the increase. That's what
Right. That's what people don't realize. He gave you the increase, and he could give you the decrease. Because you got to learn how to decrease so he can increase. That's a wisdom. You understand? So we about to close. Barack, you got a Psalms? Let's close.
This is Psalm chapter 53. The fool had said in his heart, there is no God. Corrupt are they, and they have done abominable iniquity. There is none that doeth good. Yahweh looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand, that did seek Yahweh. Every one of them is gone back. They are altogether become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. Have the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread? Have they not called upon God? They were, they in great fear, where no fear was. For God hath scattered the bones of him that encampeth against thee. Thou hast put them to shame, because the power hath despised them. Oh, that salvation of Israel will come out of Zion, when Yahweh bringeth back the captivity of his people. Jacob shall be glad, and Yashar'Allah shall be glad. In the name of Yahweh, Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Aman.
Aman.